I have sat here and tried to film this video at least 3 times now, and then I always fumble over my words and I never get it right. So this is going to be the last and final take. So here we go. Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin and I am back with another video, and in this video I want to talk about Sesh and her face reveal that she uploaded today. Now before I get into this, I'm not trying to send hate her way. I actually adore Sesh. She's always been super supportive of me, as I have been with her. I met her when me and Paige were in California a couple months ago. Her and Sloan, we had an amazing time. We went out to WeHo, we went to all kinds of bars, we went to all kinds of clubs. We had an amazing time. It was lit. We had a really good time, and I thought she was lovely. Our conversation was great. She's literally the same person online as she is offline. I know you guys haven't really got to see that side of her yet, but I think she's an amazing, really sweet, awesome person, and she's worked very hard for what she has. So for her to upload this video with Manny Mua, it just left a really bad taste in my mouth, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. Now, before I get into it, again, there's another disclaimer. I'm not trying to send hate her way. I like Sesh. I'm not trying to come on here and shit on her. This is just me critiquing how she decided to reveal her identity to the world. It's just honestly, truly blowing my mind. And I know before I get into it, you guys are gonna be like, Dustin, you always make videos about the people that are in your community. Well, you know what? If I'm gonna make videos about people and how problematic they are and things that people do that may not necessarily be perceived in the best light, I have to sit here and I have to make this video about Sesh, because there's a lot of comments that are vocalizing the way I feel. So I wanted to come on here and talk about that. In no way, please do not send hate to her for this. Please do not. She is honestly one of the sweetest people that I've ever met from working on YouTube. That is not the point of this video. I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to talk about this because, to me, as someone that has been in this community for a very long time, I feel like if I was an anonymous channel and I revealed with Manny Mua, there would be massive backlash, especially given her choice of person that she decided to do that with. So that's what this video is going to be about. So I want to read a few comments and react to them, and we'll go from there. So the first comment: now, why would you support Manny when he supports James? I'm so disappointed in you. And I knew when I clicked on this video I was going to see those comments. I knew it. I felt it in my gut. I knew they were coming. And for those of you that don't know, Sesh has made numerous videos about Manny. I don't think any of them have been really hypercritical, but if you know anything about the history of Manny, you know that him, Laura, all these different people that Manny is friends with, they are friends with James Charles, who has a known track record of being a predator. I don't have to get into the specifics. You guys already know it if you've watched me for any amount of time. I have covered James Charles drama from the rooter to the tutor, and I feel like Sesh has as well, and she knows that he is deeply affiliated with Manny, and Manny is deeply affiliated with James. So I have to think that she probably played out this scenario in her head. Well, what if people say this? Am I gonna address it? And that's something else that sticks out to me. Sesh has never gave a hard opinion on anything. She's always pretty much just given the facts of the situation and removed her opinion. Now that she's on screen, I don't necessarily think that it's going to be something that she's going to be able to do anymore, because people are going to want her to be more personal. They're going to want her to inject her opinion a little bit more. And when you do that, speaking from my own personal experience, people do not like that. I am not liked in this community by a lot of people because over the years, I have called out so many people. I've called out Stephen Mango, and I'm sad to say that he was right. He was right, and that's all I'm gonna say. I've called out Rich Luggs, and I feel like I was right in that situation. I've had a ton of people ask me to react to Rich Luggs and his whole support of Eugenia Cooney, and I just don't want to do that because I know it's not going to do anything but stir the pot, and it's going to cause problems. And that is not what I want to do with this video. That is not what this video is about. I am just bewildered, shocked, appalled that she would take this moment that is supposed to be one of the biggest moments in her YouTube career, and she would want to share it with Manny Mua. She is so much better than that. Sesh, you are so much better than that. You deserve so much more than to sit down and have Manny Gutierrez do your makeup when you know that he is affiliated with James Charles and everything that entails. You have to know that there's going to be a stigma that is now attached to you for the rest of your YouTube career because you decided to do this with Manny Mua. And I get it. I know that you and Manny are friends because I remember the messages in the club and all that stuff. I really do think that this was a bad idea. Someone else chimed in and said, him and Laura didn't say a peep about supporting Colleen or James Charles. And if you guys remember, Manny and Laura did this whole full coverage podcast where they sat down and they basically excused away everything that Colleen Bellinger had done and what she had been accused of. They tried to make it not a big deal. And when I started tweeting about it, Adam started tweeting about it, a whole bunch of people started tweeting about it, that podcast went missing and it's never been seen again. and it was never addressed by them because they knew that they were wrong. And if you guys ever want me to react to that again, I have the full podcast saved right here on this phone. I will share it and react to it. I've already done that with Paige. I can link it down below if you want to see it. We pretty much reacted to it in its entirety. That was literally like the day after I met Spill Sesh and Sloan. And when that happened, I texted her and I was like, I cannot believe that they addressed this and pretty much excused away everything that Colleen had been accused of. So that is something else that's really truly just blowing my mind about this situation with Spill Sesh and her choosing Manny. It could have been literally anyone else. It could have just been her, and to me it would have been like amazing. Can you guys imagine for a minute, like, if my channel was anonymous, me being on YouTube for like 7 or 8 years, and then me finally wanting to show who I was after I've made all these videos about Jeffree Star, Manny Mua, all these different people, and I pop up on the screen with Manny Mua, someone that has been covered extensively within our community in my videos, and then I sat there and I make a video with this person after everything that they've been accused of and explained away for somebody that is a child groomer. Not just one, but two, because we have Colleen Ballinger and James Charles. Another person chimed in, it's one of my subscribers as well. Hey girl, Thriss and Stitches said, not knowing who you were was a huge part of the gig. I'm kind of shocked a problematic person is your first collaboration. I am praying for mad success, girly, because I adore you, and I think that everybody really wishes Spill Sesh success. She's done amazing for herself. Her energy is good. She's made really good videos covering everything, but I have to wonder, going forward, is she going to put her opinion in things? I just find it really hard for her to be on screen and being personal with people, how she can't inject her own personal opinion, because now people are going to want to know what her opinion is about Manny. What's going to happen if Manny gets some more drama? What's going to happen if James Charles comes out and he has more victims? What's Manny going to say then? Because then that's going to turn around and people are going to be pointing the finger at her and being like, well, you did this collaboration with Manny, and here Manny is yet again supporting James Charles. How is that going to go for her? I'm just so like terrified for her and her channel now, because I think that this is going to be to her own detriment, and that makes me so freaking sad. Another person chimed in and said, the day has finally come and I look forward to your success, but disappointed that your first collab is with someone that is associated with a groomer. I hope you don't get backlash from this. And that is what I'm afraid of, because if you remember when I was doing my whole series on James Charles, which, side note, I have another receipt that I have that I need to put out. I might do a follow-up and finish that series. Spill Sesh was a part of that because back in the day, people were trying to find out her information. We had people messaging us her name and all this different stuff. And she was terrified when I was doing this series because she thought that maybe that would awaken these people and they would come back for her. And I never wanted that for her, so I left that part out. Because the same people that were going for her were also the same people that were coming for me, Nick, Paige, and all these people. They were horrible fucking people. Now, another person left a comment that said, this video fully could have excluded Manny, and I completely agree. If she would have got on there and she would have done her makeup and she'd been like, hey girl, I'm Spill Sesh, I'm here to spill you the tea, I'm gonna apply my makeup while I tell you what's going on with X, Y, and Z, I would have been so fucking here for that. Do you hear me? I would have been so here for that. But the fact that she decided to do this with Manny just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It doesn't really change my opinion of her because I've met her personally and I like her. She's very kind, she's very sweet, but I had to vocalize my opinions on this. You guys, I'm asking that you please stay respectful in the comments, because this is the last thing that I want. I don't want hate coming from my followers going to Spill Sesh over her decision with Manny Mua, because that is not the topic of this. I just want to talk about the optics of the situation. Could you imagine if that would be any other person? If that was me and I was anonymous and then I came out with a video of Jeffree Star and James Charles, you guys would drag me to fucking hell. You would drag me to hell. You would. You honestly would. And that's what I'm scared of for her. But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Were you shocked by this? Because I was a little shocked. I was a little taken aback. I knew that there was something coming. I didn't really know that it was going to be this. I thought that maybe she was going to do a collab with the brand or something. She was maybe going to have a palette, maybe a hoodie or something. I just never expected her to post a face reveal and it had Manny doing her makeup. That is the last thing I ever expected to see on Spill Sesh's channel, and I'm disappointed. But you guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.